Well, this whole module was really what I needed to hear. Yeah, I'm not sure if I have specifics. I listened to the lessons a couple of times, and yeah, I just think that it was very, and it is very important for me. And I look forward to some of the other modules that take some of the points you mentioned further. So yeah, I'm very excited to have gotten the information. Looking at everything as a whole picture and not making decisions to put out the small fires that seem to come up with employees, whether it's days off or sick days or pay, I'm just noticing that I'm making small decisions that aren't really as small as I think they are on an event basis, instead of really getting all the information I need and making a list. Okay, so this is going to be what I do. That's been a little frustrating for me the last day or two. The other thing that really was very, very, that moved me was how I see my employees. That really threw me off. Do I see them as a cost or do I see them as I don't even remember the word you used, but kind of like an asset? My employees are the ones that are the first line of defense.
Okay, I had two aha. One of them was kind of like what Denise said just recently about I always viewed when I did have employees, I kind of resented them. And I think that I was so sabotaging myself, other than, many other things as well, but that I'd almost be glad when they didn't work out, like, oh, okay, I don't have to pay them now. And this is, like I said, sabotaging myself. So that was a big aha to look at them in a totally different way. And then also the fact that you can have cleaners who can build a career out of this job. And I never would ever have thought of that, but, having read the module, and it certainly, and I've seen the fact that you do it, that you say you have people who have been with you for 10 plus, 20 years, I think you said, one of them. After reading this and listening to it, it sure looks possible. So I was really happy
to
see that, because I feel like you have something really good to offer rather than, so for me right now, since I don't really have employees, I mean, kind of, but you can't really call them employees. I have been, since I implemented the speed cleaning method about a month and a half ago, I am not testing, but kind of looking to see how long each house takes me, and then I've been raising prices. So I've been kind of happy to see in the last week or so, not even a week, I've had to raise about 5 houses, about between $5 and $10, and really I thought it was going to be more, but having, do the speed cleaning is just amazing how much time I've cut off, and still can do a really good job, I feel like, so that's great.
What I learned is I got a much better understanding of the pay for performance, and it just really sunk in. And the performance based on revenue generated over quality, I really like that idea. Like the example you used with salespeople and how they generate revenue, that was kind of the moment for me. And how it really sunk in also is how the pay for performance rewards volume.
Just to add on to that, one of the things I thought was really super, and I didn't get this the first time you and I had talked about pay for performance, but the fact that you actually can, to some degree, kind of control quality or maybe manage your risk when somebody's having a quality problem by managing the number of hours you give them.
Pretty much everything that the other lady said, the whole module was an aha for me. I was doing something similar, but it wasn't a 3-tiered pay for performance program. And I like a 3-tier because I think it keeps the job more interesting. I think it makes it a little bit more interesting than just, get your 10 houses, here's your 45%, have a good week. I think it makes them work a little bit harder. And I also think it sets up the owner to easily identify who you can maximize, week by week, who you can maximize and get the most revenue out of them. Also, hearing, it is kind of counterintuitive, like you say, a lot of the stuff he teaches, but hearing 100% of your systems have to work, it just kind of just changed my mindset on the entire business. I mean, because it really does. And you really do have to have a bird's eye view on everything, and they all have to work. And if they're working, then you're clicking, and you're going to be, it's going to be successful because it's going to work. And all my full pay clients are going to be served because of those test houses. So the test houses for me has been nothing more than just a business builder, bringing on an employee and having some work for her. But today, it was a business saver. So I love it. I'm very happy.